Dan Jurgens and Ryan Sook continue Booster Gold and Blue Beetle's quest to make a quick buck as the heroes continue to try and find funding for their new company while also battling some terrorists who made off with some Cord Industries technology. Dan Jurgens continues to build out the series' footing here as our heroes continue to try and determine what they want their new superhero services to be, while also giving us some really great buddy cop action comedy. Obviously thanks to some of the small teasers from the first issue, and in this issue we know they're eventually going to be fighting some alien invaders, and I think that maybe this is where the book falters, seeing as the characters don't really need a high stakes plotline to get them through, and the book could have just been them about dealing with this company and trying to set it all up and everything, but the alien invasion plot is coming and it kind of looms over this issue a little bit and it kind of brings it down a little bit for me. That's not to say that this issue is bad. I really love quite a bit of what happens in this issue, especially the conflict which comes between Booster seeing Beetle as kind of his sidekick, and it's just Booster Gold being Booster Gold and trying to take the spotlight and everything, and I like that there is a little bit of conflict there, and Ted has had enough and just wants him to see him as his own hero and be his partner, not his sidekick, which I think is a lot of fun. Ryan Sook's artwork continues to be a wonderful asset for the series, delivering some really colourful action sequences and really fun emotive character interactions. I continue to really love the live stream aspect of the book and the quote-unquote comment section we get on pages to help signal that we are in the live stream, as in we're watching this from their live stream and watching the heroes go about saving a truck from falling off a cliff and battling terrorists on a plane and everything. It's quite fun. Blue and Gold issue 2 was a really fun continuation of Dan Jurgens' buddy adventure, continuing to set up the really fantastic superhero company story for the heroes while also teasing a kind of unneeded large-scale alien invasion storyline. I'm going to give this issue an 8.5 out of 10. Blue and Gold issue 2 finds Booster Gold tied to the front of a driverless Cord Industries truck that has had its cargo stolen and is now careening towards a cliff. Blue Beetle races after the truck in his buggy, hoping that he's got this as he activates its autopilot, leaping from the car and onto the truck to free his friend. Ted helps his friend over to the buggy as Michael says that Skeets is trapped in the back of the locked van. Ted knows it's too late to do anything, so he shoots a hole in the side of the van, hoping that Skeets will see the hole and fly out as he jumps back to the buggy, barely stopping the car from going off the cliff with the truck. The truck explodes at the bottom of the ravine, with Booster thinking that Skeets was killed in the explosion, but his little robot friend appears, saying normally he would have just blasted his way out, but apparently the truck was armored with a promethium alloy. Michael is glad to have his friend alive, and his followers will be lighting up his social media accounts tonight. Ted, however, reveals that he forgot to activate the cameras, and even Skeets couldn't reconnect to the live stream thanks to the back of the van's armor, so there's no footage. Michael isn't too happy since live streaming should be the first thing that comes to mind when they're out saving each other's lives, but soon he knows that Ted didn't forget, since he's smarter than that. Ted reveals that he didn't want the whole world to see Booster die if he failed, but Skeets knows that the footage would have gone super viral and been a cash cow for them. Michael knows that he's got a point and his death would get them the hits he wants, and it sets up the miraculous return as well. Ted tells him to stop fantasizing, wanting him to go and recover the Cord Industries tech that was stolen, which was an advanced early warning gear that reaches out into space. Booster knows that Skeets can track the material the people stole, so the team head off to find it. Booster says that he wants to show the world that they can be as good as Batman and Robin or Superman and Supergirl, but Ted reminds Michael that Batman went through about 50 Robins and Superman and Supergirl are not a team. Booster asks about the buggy, learning that Bug is still being repaired. Michael loves the merchandise potential of this, wanting action figures and toys of them and the buggy made. In New York, an alien looks at an apartment, learning how much it will cost, and when she doesn't understand the realtor, wondering who would charge the Monarch and Princess Supreme for lodging, uses her powers and makes the man think that he was already paid, making him leave, as elsewhere, the people who stole the cargo from the van get ready to load up onto the plane that lands, but Blue Beetle arrives to put a hamper on their plans. fighting the men as the plane is loaded. The livestream goes nuts, wondering where Booster is as the man addresses the livestream, saying that they haven't seen him since they don't want the robbers to know where he is. The hero soon reveals himself, however, as being the one who was flying the plane, attacking the men inside. One of the men catch Booster off guard, telling him that he thinks his shield can't stop a close-up bullet. Booster knows that his trusty sidekick will save him as Blue Beetle kicks the man unconscious. The heroes regroup and Ted is sick of Michael calling him his sidekick, arguing with his friend since this needs to be a 50-50 venture. Booster agrees, getting back to blasting the men with his friend and finishing them off. In the aftermath, Ted wants to talk about Michael's brand building, but Michael says that the truth is he's not totally serious about trying to make a difference, and he wants to improve lives. Ted knows that could lead to total chaos, but Michael wants to make sure it doesn't, knowing other heroes hide from people they serve. But he's Booster Gold 24/7 and he has nothing to hide, and he will use that to activate a new brand of hero. Ted knows that they need Cord Industries' help with the funding, meeting with his board and asking them to financially back Booster Gold and Blue Beetle's new venture. Miss Bradley, however, tells Ted that a driverless cargo truck was stolen, but Ted already knows, thinking it's quite lucky that Booster Gold and Blue Beetle were able to save it. Bradley says that he claimed the truck wasn't hackable, but it is, and it cost the company $500 million in contracts, and now their brightest hope is in ruins. Ted is well aware, and he can have a patch for it uploaded by tomorrow. Bradley also lists off problems with Black Mask recently kidnapping Ted, among others, and because of his recklessness with the company, the board have decided to remove him from the company. Ted knows that he doesn't care about being CEO, but they just need his tech expertise, but Bradley knows that they can't since he failed them too many times. Security kick Ted out, and while taking his things to his car, he finds Booster is making an announcement. In New York, Booster talks to the press, saying that Beetle is off dealing with a crisis level event and couldn't be there for the unveiling of the Blue and Gold Restoration, a superhero service company that will help provide for those in need. The people wonder what this will entail, as Booster reveals that it will be all free since they'll be funded by the philanthropists who believe in them. Ted rushes to call Skeets and stop Booster before he says another word since he's now broke, but Skeets knows that Michael won't listen as the hero says that people can trust them to deal with whatever problem they have and they won't let them down.